The other day, I got the closest I've gotten in a while to completely giving up on this channel. And I know that sounds dramatic, I'm not trying to clickbait here, but I was genuinely in a pretty bad mood and unsure about the future, and so today I'm going to talk about that. Recently, I've started my podcast called Flowstate, which is a platform where anyone can sign up to come on the show and talk to me for a little while about ambitions, life, your problems, really anything. And it truly has been one of the most genuine, valuable experiences I've had so far with this channel. I've had a guy from Ukraine come on to talk about his day-to-day life right now, other content creators, ambitious people wanting to start businesses. It's been really great, and I have no plans of stopping that. But the other day, I was really feeling down about this podcast idea because when I started posting these podcast episodes to my channel, they were drastically underperforming. My normal videos get between 10 and 20,000 views, while these were getting maybe 3 to 5,000 views. And not even for a second is this a pity party for me. I'm not asking for attention here, but I would be lying if I said I did not start worrying about the massive drop-off in views. I started thinking maybe this is a bad idea, people don't like the idea of the podcast, maybe I should just pack it all up. And this was really getting to me because I associate so much of my self-worth to my success, as I'm sure many people do, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's definitely true for me. And I kept thinking about this for days, and eventually I just got so fed up and I said, I need a change of scenery. So I got up and I went to the gym. So I went to the gym and it was nighttime, so it was pretty quiet, and I was just kind of thinking by myself, and I realized something important. There are going to be many times in your life when you just feel like giving up. You will have many great moments, but you will also have many bad moments where you just feel like quitting. But I realized that those bad moments are simply life testing you. It's similar to a restaurant in that Friday night and Saturday night are always going to be busy. It's packed, people are having a great time, the business owner is making lots of money, it's great. But every week, Monday rolls around, Tuesday rolls around, and those nights are the low points. It's quiet, not as many people are coming in, and the owner probably struggles to keep the place busy on those quieter nights. But for those who can keep it busy throughout the week, they're consistently delivering a great experience such that people cannot stop coming back. Those are the people who are heading for the top. And the other night, when the podcast wasn't doing well, that was my Monday night, my Tuesday night, the nights where you are being tested of your resolve and whether you actually want to make it happen. And so in a literal sense, I realized that I need to change something about this podcast because my strategy just wasn't working. And this person in my Discord had a really good idea, so I'm going to credit them here. And they said something like, what if you just make the podcast Spotify exclusive? After all, that's a place people more readily associate with podcasts than YouTube, right? And I looked into it and I said, you know what? That actually is a good idea. Each platform has their own interests, so let's save the podcast for Spotify and the talking videos for YouTube. And while we're on the topic, if you'd like to be on the podcast, you can sign up for a time with the top link in my video descriptions. And to be clear, I'm not saying this is, and they lived happily ever after and there's a rainbow in the distance. I still very much have to do the work and keep going, but just let that be a lesson in that there are going to be times when you are tested in life, and all you have to do is not give up. Stop quitting when it gets hard, because those are the moments where you will learn the most about yourself. The great moments in life will come too, and they will feel like an absolute breeze. But let me leave you with this analogy. Every lightning strike is followed by the thunder, so make sure to bring your coat when it starts to pour. And what I mean by that is you will often have huge bursts of energy, tons of passion, tons of thoughts and ideas. Use that, but just know that that might not last. And every time there's a high point, there's often a low point that follows it. You're gonna feel great for 2 weeks, and then you might lose your passion. But just know when that passion starts to dissipate, that's not a reason to give up. That's simply the thunder, the rain, the downpour. And you have to make sure that you come prepared and be mindful that you are not going to give up. Alright guys, I'll catch you later.